Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about, you guys know I'm an Orlando Magic fan. Just moved back to Florida. I'm here in Miami, but I used to live in Lake and Seminole County and grew up, watching Dwight Howard, Jameer Nelson, Mikhail Pitris, Hito Turkoglu. I still got a Hito Turkoglu jersey. All right, but let's talk about it. They drafted my man Anthony Black, who I met and got chicken tenders with at the Summer League. Really nice dude. Had a couple laughs with him. He was really nice. Talked to a couple other guys. Jet Howard was another guy that I spoke to. And that was another guy they drafted. Really nice guys. Real nice guys when I met them at Summer League when we were riding the elevator from one area of the arena from like the kind of like the tunnels we were in because I was entering through the back when I was entering through the media section. But let's get into the offseason recap. So they drafted Anthony Black and Jet Howard. They brought back Mo Wagner. They brought in Joe Ingles, which I think is an underrated move in my opinion. And if we currently look at the roster or of the Magic, what they're looking at is the current roster going into training camp so far. They haven't finalized all their deals, but they have 15 players: Jonathan Isaac, Markelle Fultz, who's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, Wendell Carter Jr., Gary Harris, Paolo Banchero, Joe Ingles. I'm still salty that Paolo Banchero didn't play for the Italians. You know me, my family's from Italy. My name would be because my grandma's Italian, my grandfather's Yugoslavian, so that's why my last name is Sarah Cook. But if my grandmother was my grandfather, my last name would be Celani. My name would be Ciro Celani because that's my grandmother's maiden name. So my dad's from Pescara. Joe Ingles, Mo Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Chumo KK, Jet Howard, Goga Bitsadeh, and Caleb Houston make up the main roster with Kavon Harris and Admiral Schofield on two ways, okay? And currently, when we look at this team was freaking amazing after the first 25 games. In the first 25 games, we went 5-20. The last, literally, what? You would say the last 57 games, we went 29-28. Okay? I think this comes down to Paul Banchero is a superstar. Franz Wagner is the perfect co-star. Yes, the East is deep, but guys, we got a team coming in here for the first time in a while. I'm like stoked to be an Orlando Magic fan. Like stoked. For the past 2 years. Last year I had us as a dark horse play-in team. Maybe I jumped the gun on that one a little bit. But this year, guys, we're a play-in team. That's the floor. If we're not a play-in team, it's a disappointment of the season. By the way, what's the starting lineup? It's probably going to be Markelle Fultz, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, Paul Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. with Cole Anthony Black, and Jalen Suggs as the backup backcourt rotation for Markelle and Gary Harris. Then behind Franz Wagner, I believe Joe Ingles will be the guy. Behind Banchero will be Wagner and Isaac. And then behind Wendell Carter Jr. will be a combination of Banchero, Wagner, and Bitsadeh, depending on their lineups. And then we got so many wings with Jet Howard, Chumo KK, Caleb Houston, all still, getting minutes. And for me, I think we'll see a little bit of Jet Howard at shooting guard. Don't be surprised, okay? Same thing with Anthony Black at shooting guard. I really like this team. I really like what we're doing here, and it feels good. It feels natural. We're going with the size approach, ladies and gentlemen. And the big thing for us this year, which I think is something that will be overlooked, guys, is how many guys have expiring contracts. All right? So when you look at this team, going into, if we keep the current roster how it is, Markelle Fultz is going to be needing an extension. I expect us at the trade deadline to get rid of Gary Harris. Goga, it's interesting. So Caleb Houston, I expect him to be on the team, but Gary Harris, we could actually cut him, okay? The contract, he actually has guaranteed money fully for the season. I lied, but we could cut him or trade him at some point. I think he's going to be someone to trade. But Gary Harris, his contract's fully guaranteed. But I think worst comes worst, if he's shit, he's a buyout candidate. But I think we will trade him as to a contending team. Now, Jonathan Isaac's contract includes an Exhibit 3, which could limit or eliminate his salary projection based on another injury to his knee. And his contract's only guaranteed for 7.6. So he's another guy who could be a trade guy. But with Markelle Fultz being, Markelle Fultz on expiring, so is Cole Anthony and Chuma. Those two are rookie extension eligible. I like Chuma, but we're hearing that Chuma and I believe the other guy that we heard was Chumo was the main guy that they were looking to trade. And we were hearing that they were wanting to trade one of the guards, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But Chuma and Jonathan Isaac are guys that they do want to trade. So I think their offseason, they did a good job of getting guys who fit with the program. And again, it's something that it's a matter of time. I think we're a play-in team this year, at least. If we aren't, it's a disappointment, in my opinion. So for me, I think we have the right foundation set in place. Now let's do that. Let's take it and let's build from there. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of the team so far? And is there anything I might have missed that you guys would have liked to hear? Let me know. I think it's definitely going to be interesting, and I'm excited. Let me hear your comments in the comment section down below. All right. And yeah, that's it. Peace out, everybody.